Yes, Christopher Rosen,
You know what? The
HuffingtonPost.com.
new Jimmy Reaver cake one is better when you play the old one first.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Well, Chris, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Sam. I appreciate it.
Now,
Always a pleasure.
I got to ask you, what is going on? You're sitting there with like some type of lime green background. The lighting is not, I got to say, not flattering to you whatsoever. You seem like you haven't showered in a long time. You seem like things
No,
are
I
going.
just showered this morning. This is my living room. This is my night. This is a wall here.
You don't put up any pictures or what? I don't understand.
It's a very high ceiling, so we have the pictures a little higher than right behind my head.
And you don't go into the office?
Well, I got a little caught up today at home doing work, so I didn't want to miss our hit time. So I stayed home to make sure I got on.
Quite a pro.
Yes.
Now, this must be probably the most busy, exciting time for you in the days leading up to the Oscars, right? Am I right?
You are correct, Sam. It's a very exciting time. We have a lot going on, and it's going to be a great show.
Do you work for the Academy?
What's going to be a great show?
I mean, I'm just watching it, but it's going to be a good show.
So you're in your apartment in New York. You're with the Huffington Post Entertainment. Why aren't you out in California?
Because we don't need to go out. We have other people in California covering, but
Why
we're
not
here in
you?
New York covering.
I mean, that's got to be the gig, right? I mean, you don't want to be sitting. You're just sitting at home like me. I'm not going to be watching.
Well, we're going to go into the office and stuff. It's going to be a whole big event. But yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, but who gets to go as opposed to you?
Well, we have LA people. So, my boss went out to LA, and we have a LA reporter out there who's going to be at the event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you get to go to any award show for the? I mean, you're in New York.
They don't really have award shows in New York, so we don't really
Tony
go.
Awards, the Independent Spirit Awards, none of those.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The Razzies.
The Razzies, the Streamies, the Shorties, none of them. ESPYs.
No.
No. All right. All right. Well, so let's get right to the Oscar-nominated documentaries. Tell us which documentaries are being nominated for Oscars.
Well, they're actually all pretty good. It was a good year for documentaries. A lot of the good ones did not get nominated. I don't know if you saw Central Park 5 or
I did.
Queen of Versailles.
Yeah.
So there were a lot left off, but right now it looks like Searching for Sugar Man is the favorite. It's about that singer Sixto Rodriguez, who rose to fame in South Africa.
I saw it. And what about the others?
How to Survive a Plague, I kind of think might win because that's also really a good doc that also it has a message and stuff. It's about the AIDS epidemic in the 80s. Other nominees are, I guess, The Gatekeepers, which I haven't seen, Five Broken Cameras, which was in the news this week because of the director, who's a Palestinian co-director, was detained at LAX coming to the Oscars. And the other one is The Invisible War by Kirby Dick.
I got to tell you, I am so disappointed that you knew those movies.
What do you think? I'm not going to know those effing movies?
Yeah,
This is
I
my
actually thought that you wouldn't, because last time we spoke about the Oscars, you had no idea what the documentaries were.
Well, I mean, that might have been last year. I kind of don't think the documentary category is that great, only because there's it's pretty arbitrary. There's so many documentaries that are really good that don't even get nominated. This year, there so happen to be a lot of good films that are nominated.
You never watch documentaries. How many of those documentaries have you seen?
Only one.
Right. How many documentaries do you think you watched this year?
I watched probably 3 or 4, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's only what you do for your profession. So that's 3 or 4. So once every 4 months, you watch a documentary.
Well, when you're having to watch 3 or 4 actual movies every week, feature films, it's hard to get into documentary.
Actual movies?
You don't
Yeah,
When you have to watch Marley and Me, Sam, there's only so much time.
Yeah, I can imagine. When you actually
Who's
have
the
to watch
third voice?
Now wait a second. I want to 3 or 4 movies a week. Now wait a second. Let me ask you this, okay? I've got to watch one a week. Just essentially so that when people suggest documentary or movies, I watch it. And that's completely off my radar. I mean, aside from having a child, and aside from then I've got to cover the news. I've got to read books so that I can interview people. And you only have time to watch 2 or 3 more movies a week, but you work at the HuffPost media entertainment
What are you
section.
talking about? You're no way. Why? Sam, have you seen? I've seen every movie nominated for Best Picture. I had to see like
That's
probably
6
200
movies. That's 6 movies. I've seen half of them.
Well, that's more. I've still seen more than you. How many movies did you see?
Yes, but I'm saying
year?
that's your job.
Right.
That's your
It is
job.
my job. So I saw like 200 movies while I was also doing my job every day.
What is your job? Your job is to watch movies.
To be an editor, Sam. I'm really arguing with you about my job right now. Get out of here. I feel like I don't hang up on you.
How can you edit any? What are you going to? Wow, you're getting very sensitive.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. That's what we're going to talk about?
Well,
Get out
I'm
of
just
here.
curious. All right.
You dummy.
Whoa. What do you mean? So what are the 200 movies you watched this year? Did you watch all 9 of the movies that are going to be nominated for the Oscars? All 9
Yes.
of them?
Well, not Amour. Not seeing that one. But the others,
All right. Well, let's go. Let's go through the list because I don't work. My business is not entertainment, so I don't watch all the movies. Okay?
right.
What are you doing now?
I'm moving. It doesn't matter. Nobody's seeing this.
I'm
Continue.
watching
Keep
you.
talking.
Why are you walking? That's incredibly
I'm
distracting.
not walking. I'm fixing myself on the couch. I'm sitting up.
You just got stuck on the couch. Are you sweating?
No.
He's stuck on the couch. He's all right. So where are you? Are you reading the names of these movies? Do you not know them off the top of your head?
No, I know them off the top of my head. I'm looking at the internet though, and continuing to do other work while we
Right,
talk.
You're
I'm
multitasking. Okay, good. All right. So what are the movies that have been nominated for the Oscars?
You want me to just tell you? Amour?
What do you mean?
Argo?
Just tell me. Walk me through which one. Okay, Amour. You don't know anything about that one. You didn't
No,
see
I
it.
do know everything about it. I just haven't seen it. But Amour is Michael Haneke's film. It won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. It's got a surprising amount of nominations for a foreign film. It could win. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress, Best Screenplay.
Why aren't
and
you going to
Best
watch
Foreign.
it? Because it's foreign?
No, just because I never got around to it, and it's crushingly depressing because it's about 2 old people dying.
Okay.
I get enough depressing crap on the news. I don't need to watch 2 old people die in a movie.
Unbelievable.
But
Unbelievable.
so I think it's definitely going to win Best Foreign Film. It doesn't seem like anyone is even talking about the other nominees.
All right.
Have you seen any of the other nominees?
All right.
No,
Well,
I haven't even seen
he's
any of
talking
those
about,
films. And honestly, I could not even name. I know N.O. was one of the nominees in Best Foreign Film, but everyone has talked about it more. That's most likely going to win Best Foreign Film. I kind of think Michael Haneke might win Best Director because that whole field is wide open. As you might know, Sam, Ben Affleck was not nominated, and I think he would be the favorite in that category if he was.
Don't you think there's something sort of? I mean, this is the idea that you could be talking about who's going to win the Best Director without even having seen the film. Doesn't that in some way sort of like undercut a little bit about like the whole milieu that you're involved in?
Not really, because the movies, it doesn't actually matter. I mean, with the Oscars, frankly, a lot of it doesn't even matter what the movie is because it just ends up being a thing about politics and campaigning. And, the people are voting. It's basically a big popularity contest.
You're like the Politico of entertainment, aren't you? It's not the actual product. It's the campaigns around it, right?
Well, I mean, the product this year was surprisingly good, so that's nice, and the movies are great. I think,
Except for Amour, which you didn't see.
Well, I haven't seen Amour, but I mean, I've seen the rest of them.
All right, tell us about the other ones. Tell us the other ones.
Well, Argo was pretty good. I didn't love it, but I think it's pretty good. It's a nice winner. It was a strong movie. Then there's Beasts of the Southern Wild.
Tell us a little bit about Argo. Don't just whip through it like that. It's Ben Affleck.
Everyone knows about Argo. The movie's been out for 6 months. You don't need to tell me though. I don't need to tell you the plot of Argo.
All right.
But like I said, Ben Affleck wasn't nominated for Best Director, and that was a big shock because he was kind of the favorite, I thought, to at least get a nomination. And as the award season has gone on since the Oscar nominations have come out, Affleck has won every single award, but he will not win on Oscar night. So that's
Do you think
fun.
he won those awards because he wasn't nominated?
No, I actually think he won those awards because he was going to win those awards. And I think this year, when the Oscar nominations are voted for, it's like each branch votes for each thing. So like directors are voting for directors, actors are voting for actors. But then for the nominations, but then for the awards, everyone votes for everything. So there's only like 360 directors who vote for Oscar. And, a lot of people said that, if you want to believe some conspiracy theories, maybe, either everyone kind of thought Ben Affleck was going to get in anyway, so they didn't put him high on their list. That's one. Maybe, the Oscars changed to electronic voting this year, or maybe the directors who are an older group were not comfortable with that and just didn't vote for the nominations, and that was how Affleck got left off. That's two. So, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why he probably didn't get nominated. I have a hard time believing that people thought he did a bad job on Argo, especially because it's going to end up probably winning Best Picture. But
all right.
Whatever.
Well, fair enough. Okay, that's Amour.
That's Argo.
Argo. What else we got?
Beast of the Southern Wild, which I kind of hated. I don't know if you saw that movie.
I don't know. I've never even heard of that. That's the first time I've ever heard those words.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I haven't heard it. What is it? What is it about?
It's about a young African-American girl. She lives in this place called the Bathtub. It's kind of like, New Orleans post-Katrina, and she's dealing with her father who's dying. The actress is Kavonzane Wallace, and she was nominated as Best Actress. Also, youngest Best Actress nominee ever.
Never heard of it.
Movie was pretty popular at Sundance last year. It's that kind of film. It's like an indie film. I just did not like it. People love it. Good for them.
Right, good for them. Right. Exactly. I'm really shocked. It sounds exactly like the type of movie you wouldn't like. What is next up on your list?
Django Unchained would be next. That was nominated for Best Picture. Quentin Tarantino's movie. Did you see that one?
I haven't. I mean, that's on my list to see, but I got to wait. I didn't get a free copy. That's the only reason why I saw any of these, because I got a free copy.
Right.
The SAG.
That movie's great. I absolutely love that movie, but it's not going to win at least Best Picture. But it could win Best Original Screenplay for Tarantino, and maybe Christoph Waltz could win Best Supporting Actor. He's nominated too.
Okay, what else?
Then we would have, I'm trying to do them alphabetically in my head, but I guess it would be Les Mis is up next. Les Misérables. Did you see that?
I didn't. I have the DVD, though. They sent that to me for the SAG Awards. Is it? Should I watch it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very long. Anne Hathaway's the best part, but she's only in it for like the first half hour. And she's going to win Best Supporting Actor. She's nominated, so that's good. Another Best Picture nominee that won't win, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
After that, we have Life of Pi.
Yeah.
You see that one?
No. What's that one about?
It's about a young boy who gets shipwrecked.
What's that? Did they renominate Darren Aronofsky's movie?
No, if only. It's based on a book by Jan Martel. Young boy gets shipwrecked on a life raft with a tiger, and it just is his survival story. And there's a little twist at the end. Yeah,
is this a kids movie? Can kids watch?
You know what? I don't think so. It's PG, but there's some really terribly traumatic scenes, I would say.
No, okay, then I won't watch that with my daughter. But is that worth me watching? Should I watch that one? Because I think I have that.
Hey,
I don't know if I would watch it. Honestly, I really liked it.
Well, yeah, don't tell anybody about it. Don't ruin the movie for people.
I'm not. It was in the trailer. The ship sinks.
No, the part you said just 5 seconds ago about why Mila shouldn't see the movie about the kid's mom.
The kid's mom
don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
As far as you know, the kid's mom dies in the shipwreck.
All right, let's move off of that. Come on, go. All right, so Life of Pi.
No, see it if you could see it in the theater. The 3D was really good.
But, I don't do 3D.
I don't know if you can watch it at home.
I don't do 3D.
Well, there you go.
No way.
Next up is Lincoln. Did you see Lincoln, Sam?
I did see Lincoln. Yes.
Lincoln's a great movie, but I don't think it's going to win. That would be the other movie that could win Best Picture, though.
Now, why isn't Lincoln going to win? A lot of people think it's going to win.
Because it lost to Argo in every single precursor, basically. There's certain awards that go before the Oscars. So it's like the Screen Actors Guild, the Producers Guild, the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild. And every one of those guilds awarded Argo an award over Lincoln.
So what do you think? Is Spielberg backlash or what?
I don't think it's Spielberg backlash. I mean, the guy's got like 2 Oscars and how many 8 or 9 nominations. He won an honorary. The guy's...
Just people are just like, do something that's more current.
Maybe, or maybe they just didn't
joking.
they liked Argo more.
I'm joking. Why would people say do something that's more current? Like Lincoln's been around for a long time. Get a new topic.
No, but I mean, like, I think that the idea of Argo winning would be like Lincoln is an old-fashioned Oscar movie. It's exactly what you would think about John Williams' music and Steven Spielberg, and it's a giant period piece. And maybe Argo is a little cooler because it's got Ben Affleck is the director, and even though it takes place in the 70s, at least it's not the 1870s or 1860s.
Oh, I see.
But if the Oscars gave Affleck the snub, whereas the other award shows didn't, maybe the other award shows are the one looking for the cool film, and it's the Oscars looking for the classic Oscar film like Lincoln. Ever think of that?
Yeah, maybe, but also everyone who votes, most of the people who vote for those other Guild Awards also vote for Argo.
I can't even believe I'm a witness to this conversation. Okay, so what comes next?
Lincoln's very good. If it wins, that would be cool too. I think that's a great movie.
After Lincoln is what?
Silver Linings Playbook, I believe, is next.
What do you think?
That's a great movie as well.
Great movie? Did you think that was a great movie? I thought that was a good movie.
I thought it was the movie of the year.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a good movie, but I thought it was just sort of like one of those, feel-goody rom-coms that you always talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it was very well done, though, and it's nice to see that kind of movie. It is a feel-good rom-com, but, I mean, those movies usually suck, so to have it be really good, I think, was great.
Yeah, that's
Jennifer Lawrence is nominated for Best Actress. I think she probably will win. Her big competition is, Emmanuel Riva from Amour. And Robert De Niro could win Best Supporting Actor.
And what about my boy Bradley Cooper?
I love Bradley Cooper in it. I think he's fantastic, but I can't imagine anyone beating Daniel Day-Lewis for Best Actor for Lincoln.
Yeah, I guess that's a slightly different. It's a slightly different genre of acting, isn't it?
Right. It's tough. I mean, that's the problem with the Oscars. It's like that's Daniel Day-Lewis has won 2 Oscars. Everyone knows he's a great actor. This is Bradley Cooper's best performance by a mile, and he goes to another level basically as a performer. So should he win the Oscar for doing the best thing he's ever done, or should Daniel Day-Lewis win the Oscar for just doing what Daniel Day-Lewis always does?
Boy, I can't believe we're doing a whole segment on this.
You can make the argument.
Let's go to the last one. Is what is
Zero Dark 30, Sam.
What did you think about that movie?
I love that movie, but I don't think it's going to win.
Now, why did you love that movie? I watched it, and I put aside the politics because I try and just watch it, and I found the first half of that movie boring, and then I found that I had no emotional investment in the female character. I didn't care that, I didn't really her whole struggle. There was nothing there.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree. I thought it was a very well done procedural. It maybe did not have the emotional attachment of something like Silver Linings Playbook or even Lincoln, because I think you're right that Jessica Chastain's kind of closed off in that movie, and probably intentionally so. But I thought it was really great, and such a it reminded me a lot of Zodiac by David Fincher.
Have you been going to a bunch of cocktail parties? What are you doing over there, Huffington? Because this, everything you got is this sort of, you sit around and you say this with everybody at work, and it's just Jennifer Chastain was sort of shut off. I would agree with that.
I mean, I'm just telling you what I heard.
Who told you this?
Me. I'm telling you what I heard.
Are people saying, are you just regurgitating what you heard around the office or something?
No, I probably said it around the office. I mean.
What do you mean, What does that mean?
That's the answer, But I also don't. I think that I like Zero Dark 30 a lot, but I don't. I think it got swift voted this year. I think
swift voted. What? Whoa! What the heck does that mean?
It means it kind of got out. The charges of it being pro-torture kind of sabotaged any chance it had to win any Oscars, because when it was screened for critics back in December, everyone was like, holy cow, this is the movie that's going to win Best Picture, and she's going to win Best Director again, and this is the best movie of the year. And then all the allegations and the discussion of whether or not it was pro-torture and how accurate it was came out, and that just kind of killed the movie.
Yeah, that's a problem when you do a movie that's based on.
And that's why Lincoln, I think, also got hurt lately, and maybe Argo did not, even though all those films had a lot of historical inaccuracies. But
Jimmy Carter has basically said about Argo that he likes the movie, but it was more about the Canadian ambassador than anything else.
Right, well, that's true, and they added something at the end of that. Also, the whole last act of Argo is basically fantastically, made up. There was no
right.
police officers chasing the plane down the runway.
That's really hard to imagine that.
Yeah, but I mean, unlike Argo, Zero Dark 30 totally presented itself as this is exactly how it happened.
Right.
This is the exact portrayal of events.
Right.
Exactly. And same with Lincoln. Lincoln got in trouble. I'm sure you saw that. Joe Courtney, the Connecticut congressman, was like, the Connecticut congressman did not vote against the 13th Amendment. And in Lincoln, that they're showing that they are. And, and Tony Kushner came out and was just like, well, too bad. It's, poetic license. I could do whatever I want. And, Steven Spielberg made that choice too. And it's like, well, yeah, but you're wrong. And then they're giving away Lincoln DVDs to school kids. So
right.
Basically like kind of a difficult thing. And that's why I think Argo also, is
so
going to
I think we've learned a good lesson about presenting ourselves
in
one way and being another way.
What's that?
I think we've learned a good lesson about presenting ourselves as one thing, but actually not being that thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Whoosh.
Can I ask him a question?
Yes, we have a question from the Peanut Gallery.
Ooh.
Who's there?
Michael.
This is Michael.
Michael, what's up?
How you doing? Why do you think Moonrise Kingdom was passed over? I like that movie a
Oh,
lot.
I really loved Moonrise Kingdom. I thought that should have gotten a Best Picture
All
nomination.
right, I don't even want to hear this conversation. All right, so tell us
I
who's
agree
going to
with
win.
that.
Who's going to now? So you're saying Argo's going to win Best Picture. Daniel Day-Lewis is going to win Best Actor. Who's going to win Best Actress?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence is going to win Best Actress. And then what else do they got?
The Best Supporting Actress would be Anne Hathaway.
Okay, and then Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor, I'm going to pick Robert De Niro. But I mean, if you also want to see Tommy Lee Jones or Christoph Waltz, that one is kind of like a pick a name out of a hat, basically.
Right? Who cares, really? I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? And then what
Best
else?
Director, it could be Steven Spielberg, it could be Ang Lee, could be David O. Russell. Again, a name out of a hat. I'm picking Michael Haneke because I think they'll. Steven Spielberg and Ang Lee have already won. So that's the thing with the Oscars. They like rewarding other people sometimes.
All right. Well,
what about sound mixing?
Yeah. You got anything on the sound mix?
Probably like Argo. I mean, usually in those categories, it goes with like,
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Seriously.
You burnt.
So forget about it. Forget. Get out of here.
No, Sam, this is a pleasure. Anybody who wants to watch our, read along with our Huffington Post Oscar coverage, HuffingtonPost.com/entertainment on Sunday.
Well, you're not doing on HuffPo Live or whatever it is?
I was on HuffPost Live last week, I think, but I don't know. Probably our senior entertainment editor, Michael Hogan, will be on that.
Yeah, so you just get the dregs. Like, what do you get to cover?
I cover the Oscars. I'm writing all about it. What do you think I'm doing?
Well,
and also the Spirit Awards. I'm hoping that'll be fun this year.
Oh, so you're actually going to go to the Spirit Awards?
No, I'm in New York. How am I going to go to the Spirit Awards? They're tomorrow afternoon.
All right, whatever, buddy. All right, Chris Rosen.
Enjoy the Oscars.
Bye, Chris. Thank you so much for that deep insight onto the Oscars and the filmmaking and all that type of stuff. Chris Rosen, everyone.